Hello everyone, and welcome back to Monster Hunter World. I told you I'd be recording more. I got 2 more episodes for you this week at the very least. And, they're both I did pretty well, I like to think, considering I fought the both of them many times before in the past in 3U. I mean, I fought Barioth a lot in the past, but that thing is just like my nemesis. These two, not as much. So, we're going to be fighting Nargacuga first, because we have to. And yes, I'm still going to be using the rocket sword, because I like the rocket sword, and you can't stop me. So yeah. We're going to be fighting Nargacuga, which, if you're not used to Nargacuga's moveset, which I wasn't, because I haven't fought him in forever, he can be a little challenging at first, but he's not really that difficult to fight with a greatsword. Tigrex is arguably even easier with a greatsword, except I forgot some of his moveset from the beta, and I forgot before that. I think he was also in 3U, I'm not sure, but yeah, this was my build before we go in there. You saw what decorations I was using. The only real thing I changed for him was... No, that was next fight. Next fight is when I put in the earplugs, because Tigrex, you kind of want earplugs. I know you don't need earplugs, but it makes it a lot easier. Fun fact for everybody in Monster Hunter World, if you're in front of Tigrex when he gets all pissy and he roars, like right in front of him, you still take damage. You won't be flinched, but you'll still take damage. But it's a lot better than not having earplugs on Tigrex. But for Nargacuga here, I guess I just gave up what we're fighting next time, but it's Tigrex. Yeah, I decided to put on the old immunity mantle because I honestly kind of forgot if Nargacuga put on any status effects. I know he had the spikes on his tail. I just didn't know if they were going to put bleed on that or not. But I didn't want to spec for bleed in case they didn't. I'd look like a dumbass. I still don't know if it inflicts bleed. I guess I should tell you something. I didn't really get hit all that much from his tail, except like once. Like I got hit once with the tail, maybe twice, to be fair. Which is funny, considering the tail is the tail slam in this is pretty much the biggest hit me now moment. And yes, I was blind as a motherfucker, didn't even notice that thing right in front of me. Until right about here. And yeah. You can cut this thing's tail off, it's not that bad. And, need to get used to when he roared. But yeah, this thing's fairly agile. Both these things we're going to be fighting the next 2 days are very agile, just like everything else in Monster Hunter Iceborne. Everything is fucking agile. And you will learn how to hit it with a greatsword, or you will not kill it with a greatsword. Oh yes. Oh yeah. It can kind of be a little frustrating sometimes. Just a little bit. But yeah, I don't remember Nargacuga looking like this. I'm just gonna tell you, I really don't. I don't know how I ended up looking that direction either, but somehow it did not bite me in the ass. I don't remember him looking like a bat. Honestly, I'm just gonna tell you, I don't. Or is he supposed to look like a Wolverine? I don't know what he's supposed to look like. I don't remember Nargacuga looking like this, but maybe he did. I don't know. But you will learn how to tackle through some stuff, or you will not get a whole hell of a lot of attacks in. And damn sure not get a lot of true charge. Of course, I missed that true charge to begin with, because I was still trying to remember his moveset. And that was a pretty cool tackle, I guess. I'm going to toot my own horn there, but that was a pretty cool tackle, I thought. I'm just trying to be fancy, get some true charges in here, and it actually worked a little bit there. It's not really recommended, but you can if you squeeze a true charge in here and there if you time a tackle correctly. It's just not, you know, a wise idea unless you have a safety net. Because this thing still hurts. I mean, it is Master Rank. It's, you still die in 3 hits. So, well, okay, that doesn't hurt that bad. I thought it would hurt more, but I guess that didn't hurt that bad, but still. His most deadly attack is also his most telegraphed attack. Of course, I forgot what that attack looked like, so I think I got smacked in the face with it the first time. I don't think we've seen it yet. But it's the big tail slam. He turns around, and then he slams his tail on the ground, and if his eyes are red, he does it twice in a row. And also, when his eyes are red, he does a lot more attacks in a row without stopping. So that's like his enrage mode. I tried to hit his tail there, but I failed. Also, he has a move where I think he extends the spikes on his tail, which I didn't know about, and I thought he was about ready to do some big ultra move, and I just ran away every time I saw it. But, now that I know what it is a little bit more, it's, you know, I can fight him a little bit better now. Also, you kind of want to sit near Nargacuga a bit, except not too close, otherwise, you know, if you're not quick on the reaction time like me, sometimes that can end badly. And I didn't want to have, I didn't know if he ran and jumped, so I decided, you know, I'm just going to play it safe and brace. It might take a little longer, I'm pretty sure it will, but, you know, I'd rather take that chance. Or rather not take that chance, rather. So I braced. And we're going to be going on to the tail here, because that's what we greatsword users do. We go after the tail. If you don't go after the tail, what the hell are you doing with your life as a greatsword user? And I decided I'm going to try for a good old-fashioned true charge here, and the game let me have it for once. His tail thing went back in, so like his spikes, the spikes are no longer whatever you call that. Out. Another true charge in the face that I got very lucky it didn't bite me in the ass. Actually, it was more of in the shoulder region, I guess, or I don't know what the hell you call that on Nargacuga, but it was not in the face. He does move a little bit during that, so it might have looked superfluous to do that whole dive thing, but it wasn't. Yeah, this, I was like, oh god, he's about to do something. Run! Oh, he's just putting his tail spikes out. Whoops. Can you blame me? I have no defensive options except a shitty block, which I think I might have had to use once or twice in this battle. I know I had to use it against Tigrex once or twice, because he put me in a terrible place. Now that I don't remember as much, but it wasn't really, what's the word? Pertinent. I decided to get real fancy with this, and I don't think it worked. Yeah, I forgot all about that. That's your opportunity to hit him. As you saw, it takes him forever to pick his tail back up, so if you're not an idiot and just sit in one spot like I did, you'll be just fine there. And hit him in the tail twice. Once or twice, depending on the weapon. Now, I think you can only cut his tail off when he's enraged, because I think I cut his tail off when he's enraged. I've read from people online that they tried cutting his tail all battle and hit nothing but his tail, but they just could not cut his tail off. And I should have tackled there, but I didn't. I'm an idiot. Boy, I was gonna say, boy, I got really, he's enraged. So this is where the fight kind of turns into a shitstorm, if you're not aware of Nargacuga's mechanics, which at the time I'd forgotten. Like I said, when he's enraged, he does more attacks per chain before he stops. And he does his tail slam twice in a row. And it seems to take like twice as long to recover from. I'm not sure if it does, but it seems like it does. But yeah, a lot of his attacks when he's enraged, he just does more before he stops, so don't just go, I dodged it, I'm going to get ready to counterattack, because you're going to get hit in the face if you do. It's going to happen. Believe me, I know. But this fight was nothing compared to Barioth. Maybe because a lot of these fights seem like Barioth. Maybe I got used to Barioth, so I'm like, this is nothing compared to that thing. 'Cause to be honest, they kind of all are like Barioth. Nargacuga, freaking Barioth, Tigrex, they all seem like rather similar fights. They're very agile, they run around a lot, they scream, they bitch, they moan, and they just hit you from behind or circle around you. It's just similar fights. I'm sorry, but they are. At least they feel like similar fights. So here we go, we had a little bit of a fun moment here, because I was like, I don't want to try it, I don't want to fight Anjanath and that other thing at the same time, so I'm going to actually try and do things the smart way. I'm going to just duck in here and wait for him to, like, lose interest or something, I don't know. I was like, I don't really want to try and sneak past it. If I try and sneak past it, I kind of get fucked here, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll just go now! Haha, I outsmarted the beast. Yep. Because I didn't want to fight the two of them at once. No, one was bad enough, okay? That's all I'm saying. One was bad enough. That was a bad idea. But I somehow did not get punished for that shit. But I tried to be fancy. Okay. So this area, not really my favorite place to fight. If you're a hammer user, you love this area. But since I'm a greatsword user, this area kind of sucks. Because my sliding attack kind of sucks, and you know, it's off kilter as far as, what's the word? That's not a good idea, but I'm going to try it anyway. I actually did hit him with the first one, I'll give it my defense. But, it can mess with your spacing if you're on an incline like this. So, yeah. See, I recognized that shit that time, so I'm like, oh, I got a few chances to hit this guy now, so I'm going to take advantage of that. The thing about Nargacuga is a lot of his moves are very telegraphed, or at least it seems like that, doesn't it? At least I always thought it did. And yeah, I decided to go with the strong charge. I thought, yeah, I'm going to push my luck a little bit here, now that my temporal mantle just literally ran out. And it worked in my favor in my defense, but that was risky. I recognized that time. I'm not going to get stunned by that shit this time. Not that I really saved a whole lot of time by Superman diving, but it's always stylish. I'm like, I'm going to be galaxy-brained here. Haha, loser. And he's like, fuck that, I ain't getting paralyzed. I'm like, okay, just come at me. He's like, I'm going to go around it, you ass. And he went around it. This happens every time I try and use the mother-loving frogs in anything in Master Rank. The thing, like, swerves around it every time. I don't know how every time, but every time it swerves around. No joke. I'm not joking when I say that. Every time. And it's annoying. Thankfully, he decided to just kind of spam that shit, and unfortunately, I kind of jumped, which I did not want to do. And that kind of lost me some damage there, and he's just kind of having a fit. Thankfully, it's not that big of a problem for me at this point, considering he's going to just double whammy himself into the floor. Decided to play a little bit safe, not go for the full true charge. You gotta do it. It might not be as big in numbers, but you gotta do it. See, that boy is just... Yeah, you gotta block sometimes, man. You just gotta do it. Otherwise, I would've gotten smacked right in the face. It hurts your, I was like, I'm gonna try it again, motherfucker. He's like, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna let you paralyze me, man. I'm like, damn it. Why do you do this? Every time I do this, you do it. Oh boy. Not a good time to do this shit. And it worked. I don't know how it worked, but it worked. Wow, that was, something. I don't know if it was good, but it was something. Nope. I'm gonna get your tail. I'm gonna get it. That's right. That's right, I did. He didn't like that too much. Would you like just having your frickin'... I don't think there's really a... I don't think there's really a comparison here with humans, but... I guess it'd be like if someone chopped your, toe off? I don't know, I mean, we don't have tails, but... Yeah, I don't think most people would take that sitting down. Get it? Because it's on his hind cord, yeah. Coffee. So we're almost halfway done with this fight, not quite, maybe 30-some%. So we got a Nargacuga tail spear, always a very rare material. Everything I pick up in Master Rank is a very rare material. I'm beginning to doubt its authenticity. Because if everything's very rare, nothing is very rare. Also, here is one of the better places to fight him, because of all the different traps that are naturalized around the place, but you can also be very infuriating if you're not in position to take advantage of that shit. And that was some horse shit right there. I found a way to somehow miss. It's very rare that you'll miss a true charge when you're literally right on top of the thing, but you can. And it really sucks when it happens, I'll tell you that. Also, yeah, his tail can still flare to life without the tip of it. Yeah, if you get him to knock down the tree, he will, of course, fall into the trap. I tried to joust a little bit there with him, and he's just was not having that shit. And if you've noticed, in Master Rank, I play a lot more defensively than I do in High Rank. Well, we already know why. You can die very easily in Master Rank. If you don't, well, dying will happen a lot. Funny enough, I think I died more in see, that's where I forgot that he does things more often when he's enraged. But yeah, I died more often in High Rank than I did Master Rank so far. Yeah, this. I was like, oh my god, of course now you're getting that shit. So I come over, I try and get some damage, and then, oh yeah, by the way, fuck you. I'm getting out of that shit too fast. Because I kind of forgot that those things were a thing in this area, because I never use them. I know people go, well, what kind of hunter are you? Well, one that doesn't rely on traps most of the time, but thank you very much for that. And another case of I accidentally jumped. Because fuck you, that's why you jumped over a log. You wanted to jump, obviously. I think he's putting his tail up again. I was lucky he was wasting his time. But this was as infuriating as it looked because I wasted a lot of time. Well, yeah, he's like, oh, and now you're tired. You don't get tired any other time. You get tired when I gotta just get nothing out of it. That's when you get tired. Somehow in the middle of this, we had time to befriend a small lizard, which did jack shit for us, really. Let's be honest. That thing probably didn't do much for us. It's a motherfucking, it's a bad timing. It's a, Jagras, of all things. Not like that's going to be really useful against old Nargacuga over here. I don't know why it just always eating. I was like, I don't know why it's just kind of sitting there, but yeah, I ain't gonna argue with this. I'm just gonna hit you upside the head one, and then, you know, bash your claw in, because I was going for the head, but that shit didn't work. But thankfully, I was like, I'm just gonna hit you with the true charge here, because I think I can get it off. And I missed somehow, even though it really didn't look like I did. That was like pixel imperfect timing. I keep thinking he's gonna come right at me, but he always stops like 5 feet short. I think he has a set, like, distance when he does that. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he was just going for my palico. It always seemed like he was just always a little short. And of course I jumped. Because fuck you, there's a log there. Which fucked up my, timing, but I think I hit the Jagras instead. It's like the worst thing ever and also the best place ever to fight him. Because you can totally accidentally jump and do shit all damage on a greatsword. But you also have a lot of, traps here. So it's really good to fight him here, but you gotta be careful of when you're running, because if you're not, you'll just jump and get no damage whatsoever. One of those catch-22 things. You want to fight him here, but you also kind of don't. Nope. Well, thanks, Felicity. That's really helpful, I guess, but it's kind of annoying your timing. Don't think this is a good... Well, I hit him in the shoulder. That's good enough. I hit him so hard I broke the thing behind him. That's the power of the greatsword, baby. You ever hit something so hard you break the thing behind the thing you're hitting? Yeah, those are always fun. Makes a man feel big. Or in this case, I guess makes a hunter feel big. Nope. I dodged that shit and I couldn't even see it, man. It's like, well, I got the temporal, I'm just gonna try and smack you before you hit me, I should be fine. And I somehow jumped there, don't ask me how. Nope. Didn't want to waste the temporal on that. Nope. Somehow dodged that shit. Don't even know how I dodged that shit. It must have been frame dodging. So at this, I was like, oh my god, of course you would. Of course you paralyze him when I'm on top of the thing getting shit damage. That's when you paralyze him, Felicity. Damn it, Felicity, I give you a paralyzing thing for a reason. You're supposed to do it when I'm not mounting the thing. That's when you're supposed to do it. But she did. So here we are. Yep. You think stabbing the thing in the eye would kind of, like, I don't know, do more damage than one. Because I'm kind of stabbing the thing in the mother-loving eye. My timing was all sorts of fucked up here, as you just saw. But yeah. This is also a very bad place to try and do this. Considering, you know, he's on a fucking cliff edge. And he didn't give a shit. He was not going to allow me to get that true charge off because he got up in inside of 2 seconds, it seemed like. I know it wasn't 2 seconds, but it seemed like 2 seconds, okay? It seemed like it. Anyway, fight's nearly over. I think we got like 2 or 3 more areas to fight him in, and I think he'll be dead. As you can tell, his moveset is not that bad. He doesn't move around quite as much as Barioth, so is really not that bad compared to him, that jackass. Of course, that jackass isn't so bad to fight now, because I actually mastered, or not mastered, I've gotten used to the fight a little bit now, Barioth. I still hate the way Barioth looks. It looks like an abomination against nature, and I think it looks stupid. But, you know, to each their own, I suppose. Nope, I thought he was going to open with something else. Unfortunately, my own cautiousness fucked me. Nope. Somehow didn't get hit with that. I should have. He's a cranky boy. I invincibility framed that shit somehow. Don't think most people would try that, but it will work. Don't know what he's doing, but oh well, I'll take the opportunity, I guess. I somehow hit him with that. He was about to roar there, I think. In my defense, that was a right thing to do. Felicity chose that particular time to stun him. Nope. Well, I was like, well, haha, I dodged it. Oh, yeah, you're enraged. That's what that is. Good thing about it is, if you do get hit, you usually get a chance to heal it. So, it's not really that dangerous unless you're already low on health. So, there's that. Nope. That was some Houdini shit right there. Of course, this, like all things in Iceborne, if you stun this thing, he falls about 5 feet back. Just fuck you, that's why. You don't really have a reason other than screw the greatsword users. But he did. You saw him. He went back. Which, I mean, thematically makes sense. You hit the thing so he backs up. I don't want to get hurt no more. But it's just really annoying. Especially when there's a cliff involved like that. I should have been eating a steak by this point, because my stamina did go below maximum. Which reminds me of Monster Hunter 3U, because you had to eat steaks periodically. And that wasn't even during the G rank, motherfucker. That was during the low rank you had to do that. So, I'm kind of glad they went back to the roots on that. I was trying to pick up that track, but it just wouldn't let me. But yeah, I was kind of surprised that you don't have to eat as many steaks in world until master rank, or yeah, master rank. Okay, Nargacuga. This is probably my least favorite zone in the Ancient Forest, just because there's so many inclines. Again, hammer users, they love this place. Not so much my greatsword ass, but you know, can't have everything we want, can we? It also should be said that I keep forgetting what that did. Should be said that if you don't like fighting something in a certain area, just use a dung pod. Most time they'll run to a different area, so you can just not have to fight them there, where you don't want. That was bad. That was all the bad, right there. Yeah, I kept thinking he's gonna go all the way, but he never did. He just kinda stops halfway in his little charge. Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes, As you might notice with the greatsword, you kind of have to use hit and run in a lot of these fights. But they will die eventually, which does amplify the nicety of having crit draw. If you want to go that route in Iceborne, I would not begrudge a person going crit draw in Iceborne. It is very useful in Iceborne. So you can actually get these crits and up your damage, and it's just a whole thing, and I can't believe I managed to not get hit as often as I did during that exchange. I think he's near dead. Yeah, he's near dead. I was going to say, judging by his limp. Then I looked at the little map on the bottom left, the cheating screen, as I call it in World, because it used to be you could only judge by when they limp off. But the area he goes to, I think, is one of the more cramped areas, and you really don't want to fight him there. So if you do fight him there, you're gonna want the Temporal Mantle, or at least off cooldown. Because he goes up near where, not at Rathalos, his area, but like right below it, I think. So it's really not a big area to fight in. And if you're a greatsword user like me, boy, you better master that wake-up true charge. You better have. Yep. So I'm like, okay, the head's not an option. Can't do that there. Let's go after the tail then. That's a good idea. Wanted to make sure I had my one thing up. I did. Okay, that doesn't have a hitbox. Can't do that there. Let's go over here. There we go. And let's wake this fucker up. Don't you get in my way, Jagras. Don't you do it. He didn't get in my way, it's fine. So he's mad, he's enraged, as you can tell by the eyes. Again, I didn't want to get stunned, so I just did something that took just about as much time as being stunned, because it's funnier that way. And I just wanted to not get technically stunned, but even though I was almost kind of stunned, yeah, you see what I was going for there. I misread that as well. So that was a lot of my cloak just gone. Can't really see anything, I'm just going to tell you. So I'm like, alright, I'll just do this then. Yeah, no, I mean, somehow I didn't get hit in that, but I'm not going to argue with that. Nope. True charge time. Boom! You can't tell me that wasn't the best true charge you've ever seen in your damn life. I don't even know how I did that. Damn sure didn't intend to do it, I'll tell you that. Nope. He's dead. That next to last true charge, though, just right. I don't know how I did it. I didn't intend to do it, and I'll tell you that, but damned if it didn't look like I intended it. But oh, that was a sweet true charge. Yep. It was pretty awesome. Anyway, it wasn't that bad of a boss fight. At least I don't think it is. But, I know a lot of people will, because I don't know why I didn't. Maybe because I'd fought him a lot of times in 3U, but you might go, well, you fought Barioth a lot of times. Yeah. I'm still embarrassed how that one went, because I hadn't fought Nargacuga and Barioth roughly around the same time, but this one went a lot better. Not saying it was good, but a lot better than the Barioth one. I'm still sticking with the, well, I just did the Barioth, so maybe that's why I was better at this type of fight. Yeah, this time, because it's the second go-around. I don't know. All I know was, it was a fun fight. He doesn't have as annoying a moveset as Barioth, who is pretty much all move all the time. This thing at least stayed and had wind-ups on a lot of its moves where you could tackle through, so it was a lot easier as a greatsword. At least I thought it was. But yeah, 24 minutes is a darn sight better than 37 minutes, or almost 38 minutes, than the Barioth was, so yeah, a lot better. Also, I need to start changing my Palico's weapon, because I think she's reached the max choral orchestra at this point, so I need to start moving into different things, like the shield would probably be a good one for these new fights, and whatnot. I think there's a little bit of, I think there's a big cutscene here about Velkhana and a bunch of shit, but, yeah. Then they go into some big pseudo-inspirational bullshit speech about how we're gonna fight for our right to the new world, or some baloney I don't really remember. It's not memorable. At least to me it wasn't. Anyway, I guess I'll be quiet now. That was one of the worst inspirational speeches I ever heard. Let's fight! Okay. I mean, that's basically what that boiled down to. After all these years, I've forgotten the struggle of survival applies to us as much as any monster. I won't lose sight of that again. There's something I want to talk to you about. Our teams in the Rotten Vale and Elder's Recess have spotted a Tigrex and a Brachydios. And judging from the tracks we've seen, Velkhana is heading for one of those locales as well. Velkhana's approach must have provoked them somehow and lured them out of their usual habitats. Let's focus on those two for now. But I still need you to keep looking for traces of Velkhana along the way. We need to pinpoint its location. And that's about it. So yeah, Tigrex and old punchy dinosaur herself, Brachydios. We're fighting Tigrex next, and then next time, Brachydios after that. So that's all I got for today, everybody. Hopefully, I will see you all next time when we fight Tigrex. Oh wait, no, I forgot. There's one last thing. In case you wanted to see this, what's the word? In case you wanted to see this, exclusive dialogue, because it won't be here forever. We're gonna go down here and talk to this guy who says only one line for this. Turf wars are a natural part of life. I must act and relate to the monsters. If one were to attempt to invade my territory, say a researcher, there's a high possibility that would result in violence. What are you gonna just swat each other with your hands going, yeah, nerd? Okay, but seriously, that's all I got for today, everyone. And hopefully I will see you all next time. Later, everyone. Until then.